The distress beacon was old. Older than my ship. Older than most of the maps in the Union archives. It pulsed on a dead frequency that no one used anymore. That alone made me curious. I was a long way from the core systems when I picked it up. My cargo hold was empty. My bank account was thin. Curiosity was cheaper than fuel, so I followed the signal. The planet was green from orbit to green. Thick forests covered most of the surface. Wide rivers cut across the land like silver scars. No cities, no satellites. No lights on the night side. The beacon led me to a clearing carved from the jungle. At its center stood a stone tower. It looked ancient and stubborn. My scanners showed life signs inside. One strong signal. I landed a short distance away and stepped out with my translator active and my pulse rifle lowered. The air was warm and heavy. The forest was loud with insects. The tower door was open. She was waiting inside. She was taller than me by a head. Broad shoulders. Green skin marked with faded white paint. 2 small tusks curved from her lower jaw. Her dark hair was tied back in a rough knot. She wore armor made from leather and old metal plates. One pauldron still bore the cracked symbol of a clan I did not know. Her eyes locked on me, sharp and bright. "You are not one of the Sky Raiders," she said. The translator struggled but held. "No," I said. "Just a pilot who followed a signal." She studied me. Then she laughed. It was loud and sudden. "I knew it would work," she said. "I fixed it myself. Took me 3 years. You sent the distress beacon." "Yes." She walked closer. I did not raise the rifle. She did not reach for the heavy axe strapped across her back. "I am Kaza," she said. "Last daughter of the Ironroot clan. Last fertile daughter of my people." She said it plainly. No shame, no pride, just fact. I had read about orcs, strong, fierce, short-lived compared to humans. Their worlds had been raided during the border wars. Many clans wiped out. I had never met one. "You're alone here," I said. "Yes," she said. "The Sky Raiders came. They took slaves. They burned forests. They killed the elders. They left when there was nothing worth stealing." Her jaw tightened. I was away on a hunt. I returned to bones and smoke. Silence filled the tower. Outside the jungle hummed. "So you sent the beacon," I said. "To find help?" "Yes," she said. Then her eyes sharpened, but not for war. I waited. "My people are almost gone," she said. "There are a few scattered on distant worlds. Warriors, old ones, wounded ones, but no more fertile daughters. The bloodline ends with me." The weight of her words settled between us. "And you want," I began. She held my gaze without blinking. "I want a future," she said. "I want children who will carry Ironroot blood. I want them strong, smarter than us, able to stand against the Sky Raiders." Her eyes flicked to the stars, visible through the cracked roof. "I want them to know more than this jungle and this ruin." I understood then why the beacon had been old, why she had waited. "You want an alliance?" I said carefully. "Yes, not just a soldier, no." She crossed her arms. "I studied your kind," she said. "Old data in the tower archives. Humans adapt fast, breed with many species, survive everywhere. You are soft, but you endure." That almost made me smile. "And you think I would agree to this?" I said. I think you followed a dead signal across empty space because you wanted something more than cargo runs, she said. I think you are alone too. That one hit harder than it should have. She was not wrong. I walked to a broken window and looked out at the forest. The planet was beautiful, wild, untouched by machines. A hard place to live, a good place to grow strong. You are asking a lot, I said. I know, she replied. I do not ask for love. I ask for partnership, for shared strength, for children raised to be better than both of us. There was no softness in her voice, only resolve. What about the raiders? I asked. If they come back, her lips pulled back in a fierce grin. Then we fight. That was simple enough. I turned back to her. If we do this, I said, we do it my way too. She tilted her head. We build more than a clan, I continued. We build defenses. We send signals to the scattered survivors. We reach out to the Union quietly. Trade, learn, adapt. Your children will not just be warriors. They will be engineers, pilots, scientists. She considered this. You would stay, she said. Yes, for years. Yes, you would teach. Yes. Her eyes softened for the first time. Then I choose well, she said. I let out a slow breath. You realize I am not exactly hero material. She snorted. I do not need a hero, she said. I need stubborn. I laughed at that. We spent the next weeks planning. I showed her the schematics of my ship. She showed me hidden bunkers carved into the hills, old seed vaults, weapon caches, data cores the raiders had missed. We repaired the tower beacon together, this time not as a desperate call into the void, this time as a quiet pulse aimed at known orc frequencies, a signal that said Iron Root lives. When the first reply came months later, it was weak but real. A survivor on a mining colony, old, scarred, still breathing. Kaza stood beside me as we read the message. Her hands trembled. We are not finished, she whispered. No, I said. You are not. Years passed. The jungle clearing grew into a settlement. Solar arrays rose above the trees. Children's laughter echoed through halls once filled with silence. Their skin was a lighter shade of green, their eyes bright and curious. They were strong. They were quick to learn. They climbed trees and coated drones with equal joy. Kaza watched them with a fierce pride that never faded. One evening we stood together on the hill above the settlement. The sky burned orange with sunset. You were right, she said. About what? About building more than a clan. I looked at the lights of our home below. You were right too, I said. About stubborn, she smiled. It was softer now, less wild, still powerful. I sent a signal into darkness, she said. I expected a warrior. I got a builder. You got both, I said. She bumped her shoulder against mine. In the end, the Sky Raiders did return. Years later, sleek ships cutting through the clouds. They did not find a lone tower and a single orc girl. They found a defended world. Armed satellites, coordinated fighters, warriors who also understood tactics and code. They left in burning fragments. As their ships fell from the sky, Kaza raised her axe and let out a roar that shook the hills. Our children roared with her. The Iron Root clan did not end in silence. It grew, it adapted, it endured, and it all began with an old signal and a crazy orc girl who refused to let her people fade. Asterisk.